recall to the stand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Sanchez, when we left off with your testimony, I believe it was yesterday morning, you recall testifying about after the incident, after your friends were killed, the next day you went to the Boston Police Department. Is that correct?
Yep.
And it was sometime in the late afternoon, around 3 o'clock, or not late afternoon, but the afternoon about 3 o'clock that you went to the police station. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I believe you testified that you recall giving a tape-recorded statement to the homicide detectives there. Is that correct,
Yeah.
sir? Is that correct?
Yes.
And you also indicated yesterday that you've had a chance to listen to that recorded statement and you recognize your voice.
Yeah.
And additionally, Mr. Sanchez, is it fair to state that in listening to that recorded statement from July 16, 2012, there is a portion of the statement where you describe what you observed of the shooter. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Your Honor, at this time, the counsel will seek to introduce the next numbered exhibit, a recorded portion of the interview from July 16, 2012 of Raychides Sanches, only of the descriptive information that he provided. Subject to previous motions and objections.
There's no objection to the portion that is recorded here, counsel, as relating to the previous rulings I've made.
No new.
Okay. That'll be received.
Your Honor, if I may, I have transcripts that I'd ask one copy be marked for identification and copies be distributed to counsel and to the jurors to follow along with.
Counsel, any objection?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm a boy. I don't know.
Do you see any facial hair? Does he have any beard, mustache, anything like that?
Nah, I think face is clean. Like,
Okay. How old would you say he was?
it look like young.
Okay.
I'm more old than him.
When you say young, would you say he's in his early 20s?
Maybe something like that.
You see any hair at all hanging out from under the hat? It's a white guy. No facial hair.
What?
No facial hair. He doesn't have anything on his
Nah,
face.
no, nothing face.
Is his face? Is it fat? Is it round? Is it
Skinny.
skinny?
Yeah.
Do you see what color his eyes were?
No, I didn't see.
Okay. So then, how many gunshots do you think you heard?
6 or
Okay. Do you see what type of car he's driving?
yeah. The Jeep, I think it's a Toyota. Something like that. The name.
Do you see the Toyota symbol on it? Do you see the name of the car on it?
I see the car, like the same style car on the highway today. I told Jackson, yo, you see the car over there? It's the same car like this. You know,
What color was it?
it's a brown and it had like 2 colors, like, you know? I don't remember like that, but at night it look like this.
He looks like that.
Yeah, it look like this.
Same color as those blinds in this room?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it a newer car or an older car?
It's new. And then, the
Sir, did you recognize the voice on exhibit number 183?
Yeah.
And that was you, sir?
Yeah.
Just a couple clarification questions on that statement, sir. When you said rag that you indicated was on the suspect's head, what did you mean by rag?
What do you mean rag? That time I wasn't speaking as well, man. I'm
No,
trying
that's,
to, like,
that's
you know,
what I mean, sir.
and
No, I
that
don't mean
was,
anything. I don't mean anything by that. I mean, did rag mean something you now know to be a different word?
Until today, I still remember.
Well, let me stop you there. I'm going to just ask you.
Judge, I'd like to finish his answer.
All right. You can finish the answer you were given.
All right. The red light, like I told you before, that night it was dark, especially him inside the car. Only I remember it was all black. He got something on the head. It's a symbol. I don't know which color exactly. It was so, you know.
Right. So that's just my question. Does rag mean hat? I'm just asking.
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay. So what do you mean? What kind of hat was it? Do you
So
remember?
it's like a baseball cap.
A baseball cap with a brim.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said it had some design on it, some colorful design.
Yeah. Exactly.
And sir, you indicated in that statement that you believed the person to be white.
Yeah, just like him, man.
Judge, leading.
No doubt, man.
All right, please don't leave.
In what has just been played, exhibit number 183, how did you describe? What did you describe the facial features as far as race?
Like I told you, like clean face, no beard, no nothing.
But did you say
Light
white,
skin.
black, or Hispanic?
Huh?
What did you say for description?
It looks
white,
like. It looks like.
Let's wait for a question, please.
Did you say white, black, or Hispanic on that tape?
Yeah, because I wasn't like that time
Which one did you say, sir? Just did you say white, black, or Hispanic?
light and skinny. I said. I remember I said that on the record.
You said white.
Yeah. Look like Spanish, light skinny.
Now, sir, after you gave
Judge, move this way.
Overruled. You may.
Sanchez, I'm going to show you a photograph and ask you if you recognize that, sir.
Yep.
And what do you recognize that to be?
USV. The
That's-
car. It's the same car that night.
Well, let me ask you a question. The photograph that I've shown you, sir, at some
Objection,
point,
Judge. Objection. On this photograph.
I'm sorry?
What reference to use of that specific photograph?
Well, that objection is overruled.
the photograph I'm showing you, sir, is that a still photograph of something that you saw in 2013?
Yeah.
And when you saw this in 2000, what I've shown you now, this photograph, when you saw that in 2013, did the item that's depicted in that photograph appear familiar to you?
Because like I told you, the car like they pull up like close to us, and I was in the back seat. I can recognize like the back of this car.
Okay, but is that photograph a fair and accurate representation, at least to the best of your memory, of what the car looked like on July 16, 2012?
Yeah, definitely.
Brown R for the photograph is the next number.
Okay, let me see what's up.
Just place the exhibit on the screen. That's the vehicle I just showed you, sir. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. No further questions.
Mr. Baez, please.
Police the court. Mr. Hagan. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, sir. I'm over here, sir. Mr. Sanchez.
Yeah.
Mr. Sanchez, I want to discuss with you the statement, the tape statement that we just went over. That was part of an interview that you gave on July 16, 2012. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I said, yeah.
Okay, and part of that interview, the police asked you a bunch of questions,
Yeah.
and you wanted to be honest with them,
100%.
and it was important that you be as detailed as possible.
Yeah.
Now, we realize that your English is limited, but you did the best you could,
Yeah.
and you used certain words to express yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, sir, I want to direct your attention to, I'm going to hand you a transcript of that conversation. May I approach the witness, sir?
Yes. Is there any objection?
No objection.
All right, you may.
Be careful, it's not safe. It might slip. I want to direct your attention to page 6, and actually page 5, line 24, counsel. Let me know when you're there, sir.
I don't see page 6 of him, man.
Are you on page 5?
5, yeah.
Okay. If you look down to 24, it's the last sentence on the page. There's a question posed to you. Who else? Did someone else come with you to the club? Do you see that,
Yeah.
sir? Okay, let's go to the next page, the top of page 6.
Yeah.
And you answered, yeah. And then they posed the question to you, who's that? Do you see that?
Yeah.
And then you give an answer. It says, me, Gerson, Safri,
Safiro.
meaning Safiro,
Yeah.
Delmar, and then you say, and the white guy,
That's
white girl, white boy. I don't remember the name because I didn't. Do you see where that's written, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I explain about that?
Yes, I'm going to ask you some questions about that right now.
All right.
Now, when you say white guy, white girl, white boy, you're referring to Daniel De Abreu, correct?
I don't remember say white girl.
Okay.
Or I remember I said white boy because they keep asking me a lot of questions. I was so, nervous.
Understood.
And
when
then
you
that
say-
time his name, it didn't come on my mind too.
Okay. So when you thought of Danny's name, it didn't come to your mind. The first thing you thought of when describing this individual is white boy.
Yeah, it means him, like he's light skin,
Okay. So that's the word that you used, white boy.
Yeah, like I told you guys, my English it wasn't good that time.
I understand that, sir.
Yeah.
So that evening, after the shooting had occurred, you testified that you stayed on the scene, correct?
Let me stay on this.
You stayed there. You didn't run away.
Yeah,
run
yeah,
away.
I was there. Yeah.
Okay. And you also testified that you were filled with blood.
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe you had mentioned specifically on that date, July 16, 2012, that the police even asked you for your name.
Yeah, I remember one lady, cops, he came to me with some notes on the hand, tried to ask me, I refused because I was in panic. I refused, I walk away. I didn't even pay attention.
But you stayed there at the crime scene covered in blood.
Yeah.
Okay. And while you're at the crime scene covered in blood, a police officer, and I think you mentioned 2 police officers, actually asked you for your name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 police officers see you there at a shooting where you're covered in blood,
Uh-huh.
and each one of them asks you your name.
Yeah.
But you ran away after that.
But they didn't see that because it was dark on the bridge, and then my clothes is dark too. I remember having like a dark silver t-shirt and blue jeans. It's dark too, and then they didn't pay attention on me that time.
So the police officers, as they're investigating a shooting, your testimony is that they didn't see you covered in blood.
They didn't see that. They didn't pay attention to me.
But later on, you ran into a cab driver who did see you covered in blood.
Only one.
Okay.
At the gas station, Dorchester.
And that one taxi driver refused to give you a ride because you were covered in blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, I heard you in the statement where you described the gun. You described it as a black gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Your English was good enough to be able to say white and black, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know black means black.
Of course, man.
Okay. Now, while you were at Club Cure, you never actually left Club Cure before it closed, right?
What do you mean?
You never left the club before the club closed.
No, that time it closed.
Okay. You
And
left.
then everybody started to get out the club.
Right. So you left when everybody left at the closing time.
Man, I don't remember that part, man.
Okay. Michael, I want to ask you if you remember this. You never left to go to another bar across the street before Club Cure closed.
No.
Okay. So you never got out of Club Cure, walked across the street, and then went into another club,
No.
and then walked back to Cure,
No.
and then stayed in Cure until it was closed.
It didn't happen, man. Like
Okay.
you're telling me right now. It didn't happen.
None
man.
of that ever happened, right?
No, man.
Okay. Now, you said while you were inside of Cure that you went up to talk to a girl,
Yeah.
okay, and the girl got upset,
Yeah.
okay, and you went back to your friends and you told them she was a racist.
We're friends.
You went back to your friends, your group of friends that you
No,
went to.
I didn't talk to my friends about that.
Okay.
I talked to a security guy came to me. He asked me, she said you bothered her like because you're trying to dance with her. I said, yeah, I'm just asking for dance. Okay. And I said, why you come to me because of this? I said, no, just leave her alone, you know. I said, all right, she's alone, man.
Okay. And you never bothered her again?
No.
Okay. And
Mr. Byers, you moving on to a different area, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then why don't we break for lunch? We'll resume at 2 p.m.